go to the next one. Coda says, "Hi, Ave. I hope you're doing well. My name is Yohann. I'm from Paris. I recently finished my bachelor's degree at LISA, and I'm looking for my first job as a 3D environment artist focused on the video game industry. I mainly do stylized work." Let's take a look. I love stylized work, by the way. Nice, nice. Oh, good stuff, man. Okay, let's start with this one. Blowtorch. Okay, okay. Nice. Very colorful. I don't tend to go this colorful with my stuff. I tend to keep colors a little bit more dulled down. This looks very nice. Love the animation there. Love it. Nice. Nice optimization. We can probably optimize a little bit more. I'm going to show you here just a quick trick. This is nitpicking, by the way. You don't need to do this. But for instance, when you have something like this, right? Whenever I see a grid, like a very strong grid, like on this area right here, sometimes you can optimize this into like a couple of triangles here and reduce the amount of like squares that you have. Sometimes, not always. Let's see. Is there any optimization opportunities here? Yes, like this cables right here. See how they have a lot of like lines to keep the circularity? Since there's such a small piece, you can simplify this to like just 6 sides. Like just a 6-sided like cylinder. It's gonna be more than enough, and you sort of like save a little bit of poly count right there. And we talked about this one as well. As you get in here, you can simplify it into triangles. That's another tool. It's not needed on this one. It's absolutely not needed. Just mentioning it in case you have an idea there. Opacity, roughness, albedo. This is beautiful, Yohann. Beautiful stuff there. Love it. Love it. Is this a concept? Oh, man, you nailed the concept. You nailed the concept. Maybe the only thing that I would do here... Are you using hand-painted stuff or are you using traditional workflows? Take a look here real quick. Okay, you are using roughness and you're using reflectivity. Okay, okay. Yeah, so since you're using this, I'm not going to criticize this, but one of the things that you could do is just push the highlights on your color a little bit higher. You can see it here on the concept. The highlights here on the metal are very intense, but this usually happens if you're going to be doing a purely like hand-painted style. Since you're using other maps and the light's going to be moving around, then you don't need to push them as high. Yeah, that's great, man. Dashboard 6, Cyclone. Again, very saturated colors. I understand that's your style. It's great, man. Furnace. Oh, love this. Look at that, guys. Look at that nice like light bleed right there. The only advice, and again, this is just nitpicking at this point, my friend, but the only thing that you might want to do here is just push this light, right? Like this warm tone, and just add a little bit more of a glow, right? So if we go for a soft brush here, there we go. We can definitely like push this a little bit more towards the sides here. And you can do this in any texturing software, Substance, 3D Code, everything. And if you set this to something like Linear Dodge, there you go. With a soft saturation, see that? Such a small little change, but it can really sort of like sell the effect of like that heat coming from that area. It's a very, very simple. But love the metal, man. Love the metal. The only other little, again, nitpick that I would say, it's again, I think you're abusing the metal edgeware a little bit too much. So I would just like reduce it. You don't need, remember, to have metal edgeware everywhere. So we can go and simplify that in certain areas. Right? So this is one of those like little details where, again, we focus on primary forms, secondary forms, primary details, secondary details, and that way it doesn't look like we have metal edgeware everywhere, because it's not common to have an object that's uniformly damaged all the way across the surface, right? So breaking up that metal edgeware can help. Not always. It's an artistic decision. You need to check this with your art director. But this is great, man. I love this. Love this furnace. Great. Awesome. See, this is a perfect example of the kind of stuff that you guys can do as part of your portfolio pieces. It's not like the most exciting mech. It's not like a freaking character. But do you know how many of these things you need to do for a full environment? You need to do a lot of them, like really, really a lot of them. And being able to transfer a very simple concept, this is by Pascal Nicolas, into this amazing piece right here by Yohann GESLIN. This is the true signature of a production artist. Someone that can take the concept and make it into an amazing piece. So you you don't always need to make this super amazing or super like eye-catching element. Sometimes a simple and yet complex element like this is more than enough to showcase all your skills. Nice, nice. Yeah, man, like you have a lot of like stuff. This is really good. Are you sending your now even the the music even stopped right there. It's like, what's going on here? I don't love this, man. Take this one out. I don't think this works. Like, you have so many great projects right here, and then we have this one, and in the modeling and in the textures, you went the other way around. I understand what you were going for. I think you were going for more of a realistic style. Not there yet. So I think this one's hurting you, or will hurt you more than this one, because there's a little bit of an inconsistency, right? From all of this amazing hand-painted stylus work to this one. I personally would just take this one out. This one's better. Way, way better. It's again, it's a different style. This is more realistic stuff. But you have some cool assets. I like the textures. It's a little bit stylized, so this is work. This works fine. But this previous one, just take this one out. And then this one, I mean, it works, but I wish you could I wish you could spend a little bit more time on the individual assets, because I feel like they're not looking as clean and as complex as the ones that we saw at the very beginning. I love the fact that you're doing the whole environment stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know, like this ones were so strong, like this past ones, and then this one looks a little bit lower in terms of quality. I'm not sure. I think my best advice with this one is, if you can go back and add a little bit more detail to the textures, similar to what we had on the other ones, it's going to look much better. I love the fact that you're constructing this with just like kits and elements. That's great. But it's just that the textures, they don't look as nice as the previous ones. So I would try to really push the textures to this level right here. So yeah, Yohann, I think, as someone else is mentioning here in the comments, just go full in with this stylized stuff, man. Like, this is top level stylized stuff. Like, I could see this inside of World of Warcraft or League of Legends as is. Like, it's really, really freaking good. The attention to detail and the values, the optimization, like everything is looking quite nice. And then on this ones, I feel like the quality bars are like dropped a little bit. So I would just like focus entirely on this style, if you enjoy it, of course. I think you do, because otherwise you wouldn't be doing this amazing stuff right here. But just keep in mind that that this is really, really good stuff. I'm actually gonna copy the name of the artist here, Pascal Nicolas Tremblay, because this is another way to discover like cool artworks to work with or to do. If you find an artist, that you like, just look for more of his stuff. There we go. And I'm sure he's going to have way more pieces that you could use. Like, look at this. Like, if anyone wants to do environment stuff, like, this is great. It's simple, right? But it's great. And if you are able to do the full kit with hand-painted style, oh, this is going to look so good. Even this bow right here. I know this is already 3D, but you can always pick some other elements. Yeah, love this one's right here. It's for a global jam. There you go. Nice. Tank Demolition says, to be honest, stylized is beginning to take on a singular look, and I think people should be aware. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of different, like, stylized effects. Like, this right here that we were just looking at, I would categorize it as hand-painted stylized effect, similar to Arcane, similar to League of Legends, similar to World of Warcraft. There's so many other different styles, right? Stylized just means that it has a very particular art direction, I would say.